Since its founding in 1959, the Village of Woodridge has had a very special and vital relationship with the local business community. Successful local businesses provide jobs for local residents and revenue to support local services. Local business property taxes help maintain the community's high-quality schools, parks, and library. Woodridge understands this important partnership and continues to look for ways to help local businesses succeed. I am Woodridge Mayor Gina Cunningham. I would like to share with you the current economic health of the local Woodridge economy, provide a glimpse of what's in store for 2017, and you will hear from local businesses on their experience working with Woodridge. For the past 4 years, the Village has published an Economic Development Annual Report. This report is just one of the many tools we use to measure and promote the economic health of our local economy. The Village saw significant development activity in 2016, marking the second highest year ever for the number of building permits, and saw nearly $90 million in residential and commercial development. New single-family home permits continue to climb, with 81 issued in 2016. The Village also saw a net gain of approximately 2,000 employees since 2010 for businesses with over 50 employees. This reflects what we all know. Woodridge is a very desirable location to build a new home and raise a family. Our town is an excellent value and an excellent choice. The Village tracks local retail, office, and office warehouse vacancy rates and compares those numbers to the county and region to measure Woodridge's standing and economic health. I'm pleased to report that Woodridge's retail vacancy rate is below the regional numbers, and we saw a nearly 1% decrease over last year. The rate is also below the region. Woodridge is so well situated at the crossroads of I-55 and I-355. Our office vacancy rate is also below the region at 14.9%. The office warehouse vacancy rate was at 7.8%, a low vacancy rate for this important village sector. This is a reflection of a strong local market and Woodridge's location at the crossroads of two major regional expressways. While the Village receives revenues from a variety of sources, sales tax revenue, which accounts for 20% of our revenues, is our largest source. The collection point is also important to our long-term economic health. Relying too heavily on one sector, one geographic area, or one industry can have negative consequences with cyclical market changes. Fortunately, Woodridge is in a very strong position with a well-balanced and diverse retail and commercial portfolio. This commitment to business diversity helps to provide economic stability for the community. Strengthening the Village's relationship with our local business community has been a Village priority for many years, and it is a key reason for our community's success. In 2015, the Village invited members of our business community to solicit feedback from their peers and make recommendations to the Village Board on how it can support local businesses. The Shop Woodridge Task Force has received over 100 survey responses. In summary, businesses have told us that accessibility is a primary reason why they located in Woodridge. 40% say they plan to expand their business within the next 5 years. Businesses are looking for additional information on how to network and grow their business. The cost of doing business is impacted by taxes. Businesses are seeking opportunities for local grants to support business expansion.
My name is Rich Moore. I'm the owner and president of Corner Clubhouse Bar and Grill, doing business as Shanahan's Food and Spirits. We opened up in December of 2000. We came in and opened it up with our gourmet burgers and music and things that the town seemed to be missing during that time and space in Woodridge. After the recession, I could tell you that the Shop Woodridge Committee was formed shortly after that, and people began talking about how their business was affected by the recession. And so we had several meetings that were held in different locations, asking small businesses to make recommendations as to what we can do to improve the business climate. And I think that's when the real change began to happen, was that you got ideas from other small businesses, from different types of businesses, not just restaurants, but investment groups that were suffering as well, and other small manufacturers. As you could probably see when you drive down International Parkway, that has filled up tremendously since 2008. Now you have a large body of small businesses who are talking to one another, looking to network with one another. And a lot of that is going on in this community. Once again, I take my hats off to the Board of Trustees and the Mayor for making this opportunity available. You know, nothing is never an option, I could tell you that.
I'm Emily Slayton. I am one of the owners of Skeleton Key Brewery, along with my brother John and my husband Paul. We decided that we wanted to open up a brewery and tap room, but we also wanted to have an educational focus. So in addition to our tap room, which is sort of the one door that a skeleton key can open for you, it's that idea of one key, many doors. So the tap room is one way to experience beer. The classes that we have are another way, and then we are going to also be having an incubator program where we'll have an apprentice learning how to brew on a commercial scale as well. So that's another way to sort of open the door. 3 things that have made it easier to work with Woodridge than maybe it would have been elsewhere. First of all, the flexibility. They've been incredibly flexible in every regard. Like I said, our business doesn't fit into a neat category. We had to write our own liquor license. We had to work with the village attorney to actually create a liquor license because one didn't exist for this type of establishment. But they were really flexible and really helpful the whole way through, and it made it feel like we could count on it being successful, which is a very scary thing when you're an entrepreneur. You never want to do that, but we had more confidence that that things were gonna work out because of the flexibility. If something wasn't working, we knew that we could work with them to find another way. Another thing is their responsiveness. They are so quick to respond. I never had to wait even a day to get a response from anybody I've talked to over there, and we were just excited to work with them to move this project forward. And they were excited for us, and that's really cool, They were so excellent in helping us understand every part of the process and just being really clear with us. And that was the third thing was transparency. They're really open with us about any hiccups that might happen along the way, things that we should consider down the line, helping us be proactive in addressing concerns that we're not dealing with yet, but because they brought it to our attention soon enough, it saves us money. Location was a big deal to us because we wanted to make sure that people from the city had access to us, people from other surrounding towns. We wanted to make it a destination. When we found this location, we could not have been more thrilled because we've got all of the interstates. We're not, particularly close to a train line, but all of the interstates hit right here. We're on a main road. Lamont Road we're at the corner of Lamont and 75th. There's tons of businesses over there. And when you are a brewery, you are a manufacturer, which means you have to be in an industrial area. And a lot of those industrial areas tend to be tucked away. For us, we're right on a main drag, and it's easy for people to get to us, whether they're in Bolingbrook, Darien, Lamont, Downers Grove. We're surrounded by all these communities, and you wouldn't believe how many places people come from to get here.
Local business feedback is so important to help the village shape initiatives and directives to support local business growth. 2017 will be another exciting year for Woodridge as the pace of development within the community continues to pick up. Cedarhurst will open an assisted living and memory care facility at the southwest corner of Route 53 and 75th Street at the end of 2017. 74 assisted living units and 26 memory care units will provide local residents with additional options to stay in Woodridge as their housing needs change. We celebrate Cedarhurst's opening, not only because it helps to diversify the community's housing options, but because it also helps fulfill our goal to bring senior housing to the community. Construction of Pulte Homes uptown at Seven Bridges development is well underway. The 80-unit row house development offers 3-story homes starting at $310,000 with occupancy available later this year. In addition to this exciting new residential development, Gateway Investment Partners has purchased several existing buildings in the Main Street at 7 Bridges development and plans to build several more. 7 Bridges offers residents and visitors alike entertainment, shopping, and service amenities, and the current development activity will build on the strength of this premier development in our community. AMS Mechanical Systems is a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing construction service company that's currently constructing a 145,200 square foot warehouse and corporate headquarters facility in the Union Point Business Park near I-355 and I-55.
We install mechanical systems for high-rise office buildings, for heavy industrial plants, refineries, steel mills, food plants, retail stores, office buildings, hospitals, institutions.
What really sold us on Woodridge was the fact that was location, location, location. But more importantly is that they were very pro-business and they were also very pro-community. They respect the community. There's a lot of amenities in the area. So that means a lot to us. We have about 145 people in the office and we have probably about 50 people in the shop. So amenities mean a lot to us. I found the people to be very warm, very accommodating, and very welcoming. And it was important for us to have the same relationship we've had for 20 years in Burr Ridge with a new community. The community is very important to us. We're looking forward to another generation of AMS in Woodridge.
I have more exciting news to share regarding the Union Point Business Park. By the end of 2017, we will welcome an additional corporate headquarters to Woodridge. I'm sure many of you have sampled this business's fine products. I'm pleased to announce that Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant is moving their corporate headquarters and winemaking facility to Woodridge. Cooper's Hawk has 25 fabulous nationwide restaurants and will also serve their growing restaurant operation from their new Woodridge location, leasing 121,000 square feet in Phase 3 of the business park. Occupancy is planned for later this year. And like AMS, we very much welcome Cooper's Hawk to the growing Woodridge corporate community. The Union Point Business Park is a perfect illustration of the Village of Woodridge's strategic plan to diversify and strengthen the local economy by bringing high-quality jobs and industry to Woodridge. Union Point was the first new business park to break ground in the Chicago metro area following the Great Recession. It's being developed by Gallagher & Henry Home Builders and Connor Commercial Real Estate. When it's completed, Union Point will add nearly 1,100 jobs and over $70 million total dollars in investment, 4 corporate headquarters, and over 1.1 million square feet of new commercial space to Woodridge. We can all be proud of what was accomplished here.
In order for us to grow our business, in order for us to grow in our community, we need to connect the dots. The dots are the Village of Woodridge needs to connect up with the landowners, the people who own the plazas, and also connect up with the small businesses. They're all connected.
The Village of Woodridge is always looking for ways to help us grow our business in a very proactive way. I remember when we were doing one of our electrical inspections, and the community development and building inspector, they were here, and we were talking about something that needed to be worked on, and they said, "Oh, we were just looking at your plans earlier today because we were looking at where your patio is going to be." And I said, "We don't have a patio." And they said, "We know, we were looking for where you could put a patio." So they were already thinking, when it's summertime, let's start talking about it now and start thinking about how we can make that a reality. And they're very just encouraging every step of the way and helping us think of things that even we haven't thought of. They're always happy to suggest things, and they have so many ideas. It's been great.
Business succeeds when you have the cooperation of those 3 entities. When you have the village, and you have the land property owners, and you have the small businesses dialoguing, you have a win-win-win.
Businesses, developers, and the community working together to bring about positive economic growth, diversify the commercial tax base, and truly secure Woodridge's brand in the marketplace at the crossroads of opportunity.